Hi, my name is Corey Biazzo, and I'm a practicing American civil litigation attorney, and you are watching Executive Coup. In today's episode, we're going to discuss a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit filed by the America First Legal Foundation, formerly led by President Trump's Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, against Chief Justice John Roberts of the U.S. Supreme Court and Robert Conrad, Director of the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts. The April 22, 2025 lawsuit begins with accusations that Democratic members of Congress, with the aid of, quote, ideologically favorable legacy media, have falsely accused Justices Thomas and Alito of ethical improprieties. The motive is to, quote, chill the judicial independence of these Supreme Court justices. The suit goes on to say that the Federal Judicial Conference led by Chief Justice Roberts and the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts led by Robert Conrad are executive agencies, not part of the judicial branch that must be overseen by the President, not the courts. While the suit states that its motive is to compel compliance with FOIA requests, which do not apply to the judiciary under federal law, it's really about breaking down the walls of the separation of power described in Episode 1. The suit attempts to make legal arguments that the Judicial Conference and the Administrative Office of U.S. Courts are independent agencies created by Congress that are outside of the judiciary and should thus be subject to the control of the executive and subject to FOIA requests. The suit states, quote, such agencies must be overseen by the President, not the courts. The administrative agency, for example, handles things like court budgeting and court data for the federal judiciary. This long-shot lawsuit is nothing more than the President's Chief of Staff attempting to seize control of funding and ethics roles of the judiciary so President Trump can attempt to make the Article III judiciary, a co-equal branch of government, a branch that is subservient to the executive branch, likely so President Trump could kneecap the courts to prevent their checks and balances and their constant losses in court for his violations of law and abuses of power. I predict that this lawsuit will not be successful for President Trump. Keep following Executive Coup for further updates on this matter and others related to the apparent executive coup attempt that is unfolding in the U.S. federal government at the direction of President Donald J. Trump. Thank you.